In the climactic finale of the regular season, the atmosphere was electric. Every inch of the court at the arena crackled with tension, anticipation, and raw energy, the kind that only a final game can summon. The stakes were high, and you could feel it in the air. The players weren't just there to compete, they were there to make a statement. The Minnesota Timberwolves bench was a hotbed of emotion, simmering with the kind of intensity that nearly boiled over. Early in the second quarter, a sudden flare-up caught everyone's attention. A scuffle erupted between Justin Anderson and Rudy Gobert, two players known for their grit and defensive prowess. It was the sort of moment that's rare in the game, a physical confrontation off the ball that instantly shifted the mood in the arena. Anderson, quick on his feet and never shy to stand his ground, exchanged sharp words and jostled with Gobert, the towering presence whose defensive mastery had made him a cornerstone of the Timberwolves' defense all season. Fans gasped, sensing the fine line between fierce competition and outright conflict. Coaches hurried to intervene, but the fire was already lit. As the dust settled, the game resumed with a burst of energy. DiVincenzo, a name quickly becoming synonymous with clutch plays, seized the moment. With a dazzling display of agility and timing, he attacked the rim, darting past defenders and releasing a runner that somehow eluded the outstretched hands trying to block it. The crowd erupted in applause, a reminder of why moments like these make basketball so thrilling. Memphis, sensing opportunity, pushed forward aggressively. Yet just as momentum seemed to shift in their favor, the whistle blew, halting play abruptly. The ball was handed back to the other side, and the question on everyone's lips was, what had just transpired? Steph Curry, the Golden State Warriors maestro, was in the spotlight next. Known for his lightning-quick releases and uncanny ability to create space, Curry had become a symbol of the game's evolving pace and style. On this night, however, it was Porter Jr. who drew more immediate attention. Not just for his scoring ability, but for the grit he showed in every possession. The physicality ramped up. Collins found himself face-to-face with a defender, their bodies colliding in a burst of contact that was more than just incidental. The officials let the game flow, but the players' expressions told a different story, one of frustration, of wills locked in silent battle. Zach LaVine then took center stage, lighting up the scoreboard with a barrage of aggressive drives and pinpoint shooting. Giannis Antetokounmpo, the Greek freak, followed with his trademark power and finesse, bulldozing through defenses and raising the intensity with every dunk and block. On the other end, Jason Tatum continued his steady march as the Celtics' premier scorer, weaving through defenders and crafting shots that left the crowd in awe. Tonight, however, all eyes were on Jeremy Grant, Detroit's unexpected hero who had risen as the pivotal force driving his team's hopes. As the game progressed, emotions ran higher. Stewart and LeBron James, two veterans known as much for their fiery competitiveness as their skill, became embroiled in a heated exchange. The tension boiled over when blood began to trickle from the side of Stewart's eye, a stark reminder of the physical toll the game can exact. Despite the injury, Stewart was relentless, battling through pain and knocking opponents aside in his quest to stay in the game. But eventually, the severity of the situation forced him out, leaving his team scrambling to adjust. The play swung back and forth with relentless pace. Isaiah Joe, displaying quick hands and sharp instincts, tipped the ball into the air but lost control, resulting in a careless turnover intended for a teammate. Wiggins then stepped up, but even he couldn't escape the mounting pressure and mistakes that seemed to define the night. By halftime, the score was close, 22 points on the board, but the undercurrent was clear. This game was shaping into an all-out battle not just of skill, but of wills. The intensity spilled over into the second half, where players like Payton and Crowder were seen needing to be separated multiple times as emotions threatened to overshadow the sport. Morris's shove, a moment of pure frustration, underscored just how deeply personal the competition had become. Officiating became a hot topic, with some players questioning calls, or lack thereof, as the referees tried to maintain control over what was rapidly becoming a volatile contest.